It was supposed to be just another day. Two teenage friends, Libby German and Abby Williams, walking along an old railroad bridge in the quiet town of Delphi, Indiana. The air was cool, the sky bright, and the promise of adventure filled the February afternoon. But within hours, that laughter would vanish, replaced by a chilling mystery that would grip America for years. What happened that day on the Monon Bridge remains one of the most haunting crimes in modern history. A crime that unfolded in daylight, with the killer's voice, and even his face, captured by his victims themselves. Yet for years, he remained free. Welcome to Dark Truths. Today, we unravel the case that shocked a community and baffled investigators, the Delphi Murders. Delphi, Indiana, a small, peaceful town surrounded by farmland and forests. The kind of place where everyone knows everyone, and bad things aren't supposed to happen. In 2017, it was home to just under 3,000 people. Quiet, safe. Libby German was 14. She loved photography, softball, and spending time with friends. Abby Williams, just 13, was her best friend, bright, funny, and artistic. They were inseparable. On February 13, 2017, school had been cancelled due to a snow makeup day, giving the girls an unexpected long weekend. That afternoon, around 1:30 p.m., Libby's older sister Kelsa dropped the girls off near the Monon Bridge Trail, a popular hiking spot just outside Delphi. The old bridge was abandoned, its wooden planks weathered and narrow, suspended high above Deer Creek. The view was beautiful, but crossing it required balance and courage. Libby and Abby were up for it. At 2:07 p.m., Libby posted a photo on Snapchat, Abby walking on the bridge, her hair blowing in the wind. It was the last known image of the girls alive. When they didn't show up at the pickup point later that afternoon, concern quickly turned to panic. Calls went unanswered. The woods grew dark. Families and friends gathered at the trailhead, calling their names through the trees. By nightfall, police joined the search. The next day, February 14th, Valentine's Day, searchers made a grim discovery. Less than half a mile from where the Snapchat photo was taken, near Deer Creek, the bodies of Libby German and Abby Williams were found. Hit that subscribe button for more dark truths. The town of Delphi would never be the same. In the beginning, police released very few details. They called it a double homicide, but withheld how the girls were killed. Investigators only hinted at one thing. This was personal, brutal, and unlike anything they'd seen before. Then came the revelation that would send chills down the nation's spine. Libby, smart and quick-thinking even in her final moments, had managed to record video and audio on her phone. It was this evidence that would become central to the case. A few days after the discovery, the police released a short clip, a grainy still image of a man walking across the bridge, head down, hands in his pockets, wearing blue jeans, a navy jacket, and a brown cap. And then, the voice. 3 chilling words, down the hill. 2 seconds. That's all it took to terrify millions. The image was haunting, a man walking toward the camera, toward the girls. And Libby, perhaps sensing danger, captured it all. The world demanded answers. Who was the man on the bridge? Investigators released composite sketches, conducted hundreds of interviews, and sifted through thousands of tips. Yet months passed, then years. Delphi, once peaceful, became a town living in fear. Parents no longer let their children wander alone. Locals locked their doors at dusk. Every man with a beard or cap seemed suspect. Detectives believed the killer was familiar with the area. Someone local, someone comfortable in those woods. In July 2017, they released a sketch of a man in his 40s or 50s. But in 2019, a new sketch appeared, this time a much younger man. It was an entirely different face. Confusion spread. Were there 2 suspects? Had the killer changed his appearance? Police clarified. The new sketch was actually the primary suspect, based on witness accounts from the day of the murders. The older sketch, they said, might show how the killer looked at that time, but the younger face represented who he really was. They believed he blended in easily, maybe even stood among the searchers after the crime. Investigators began calling him Bridge Guy. Online, the case exploded. Reddit threads, Facebook groups, YouTube channels. Thousands of amateur sleuths dissected every frame, every sound. People slowed the audio, enhanced the images, and compared suspects' walks to the grainy footage. The mystery deepened. Why would a killer approach 2 girls in broad daylight on a public trail? Was it planned or opportunistic? As months turned into years, The case grew cold, but not forgotten. Then came a twist. In 2019, police held a dramatic press conference. Investigators announced they were shifting directions in the case. They addressed the killer directly. "We believe you are hiding in plain sight. We likely have interviewed you. This is about power to you, isn't it? You want to know what we know. One day, you will." The emotional tone was unlike anything seen before in a police briefing. It felt personal. The lead investigator, Superintendent Doug Carter, visibly fought back tears as he spoke. For the families, the pain was unending. Libby's grandfather, Mike Paddy, often stood before cameras, voice trembling, pleading for answers. "The killer is out there somewhere," he said. "He's probably watching this right now." Despite new sketches, the release of more audio, and an extended video showing the suspect's gait, the trail grew colder still. Tips flooded in, over 40,000 of them, yet no arrest. Years later, in 2022, everything changed. On October 28th, Indiana State Police arrested 50-year-old Richard Allen, a CVS pharmacy technician living quietly in Delphi, less than 2 miles from the crime scene. For 5 years, he had lived among the very people searching for a killer. He had even helped process photos for families during the investigation. The shock was indescribable. Allen was charged with 2 counts of murder. Police revealed that he'd been on the bridge that day, something Allen himself admitted in an interview years earlier, saying he'd gone to the trail to watch the fish. But what finally tied him to the crime? Court documents revealed that a .40 caliber unspent bullet found near the girls' bodies had been linked to a gun registered to Allen. Forensic testing showed the round had been cycled through his firearm. Still, Allen maintained his innocence. His attorneys argued that the evidence was circumstantial. No DNA, no fingerprints, no eyewitness directly placing him at the murder site during the attack. Then came another shocking layer. Defense lawyers alleged that the girls' deaths were part of a ritualistic sacrifice by members of a pagan cult called Odinism, and that Allen was being framed. Prosecutors called those claims outrageous and unfounded. But the bizarre defense further fueled media frenzy. Court proceedings dragged on, full of sealed documents, legal battles, and leaked evidence. The trial has been delayed multiple times, as both sides prepare for one of the most watched murder cases in US history. To this day, Richard Allen sits in custody, awaiting trial, claiming he's being wrongfully accused. For the people of Delphi, life before February 2017 feels like another world. Parents still take different routes, avoiding the bridge. Many can't drive past the trailhead without a lump in their throat. Libby and Abby are memorialized through scholarships, community art, and an annual walk along the Monon Trail, a walk of remembrance and hope. Their families have become advocates for safety and justice. "We just want the truth," Abby's mother said. "Whoever did this, they need to be held accountable. No one should live in fear." The tragedy also led to real change. In 2022, the Delphi Historic Trails reopened with new security measures and cameras installed. Online, the case continues to inspire theories. Was Richard Allen truly the man on the bridge? Did someone else help him? Was it random, or something darker? Even with an arrest, the truth still feels out of reach, hidden somewhere down the hill. It's hard to imagine the courage it took for Libby to pull out her phone that day. Her final act may have been the reason this case was never forgotten. Those few seconds of footage, a blurry figure, a chilling voice, became her legacy. In a world where evil often hides behind ordinary faces, the Delphi murders remind us that monsters don't always look like monsters. Sometimes, they look like the man next door. 2 friends. One afternoon. A small town that lost its innocence. And a question that still echoes through the woods of Indiana. Who was the man on the bridge? What do you think happened? Leave your thoughts in the comments and hit that subscribe button for more dark truths.